Hello everyone. Today we will talk about the Littleman computer. So this Littleman computer is just an illustration of a little computer. Okay, so inside of this computer, we can consider it is probably a box. Okay, so it involves here the fetch, decode, and execute cycle. So inside of this computer, we have the input basket, okay, where holds the data that we supplied. We have here the output basket that will provide output for the data that uh, probably processed by the computer. Okay, so considering this is the monitor and these are the input devices. Moreover, we have here the accumulator or simply the calculator. Any input data that we have, so it will be stored in accumulator, and probably if needs an mathematical operation to be performed, so it will be probably increment in this particular location. Okay, another, we have here the program counter. The program counter has in the middle, it has instruction location counter. So what is this all about? So this is probably has default 0. So it has a default 0. Okay, so 0. So and it has 3 buttons involved. So the addition button, where the little man will press after he has done his job, or if we want to go back on his previous job, so he will go back on that previous job. And probably it has here the reset button, meaning it will have to reset this particular instructions provided here. Okay, and another, we have the mailboxes. Mailboxes is just a representation of computer memory. So in that computer memory, we have that addresses. So here in our example, we have address 1, 2, 3, 4 to 7 and so on. Okay, and up to 99 considering in our LMC simulator. So mailboxes, each addresses can store particular instructions. Say for example, to input, to store in 7, to input again, to add that probably what is being stored in address 7, and provide an output and stop or halt. Okay, so this time we have the default 0. So probably this little man, if we want to, if he detects, or probably he has an idea already that we have, or there is a supplied data from the RAM, so he will now step on the program counter. So this program counter will probably he will now press the addition button or add button, and it will be proceed or increment to number 1. So now, since we have here number 1 instruction, so little man will go on the address 1. So address 1 says that there is an input from the user. So what little man 2 will wait here on the basket. So in the basket, he will wait for the user to respond. So meaning he will not proceed on the other instruction if we did not supply data. So this is, for example, the user of the computer provided in the keyboard or even a mouse to supply data. So say for instance, we provide number 11. So this number 11 will be stored or bring by the little man to the accumulator. So this will now we have here the 11, and probably that's end of this particular job instruction 1. And now ready to step on instruction number 2. So he is now happy doing that task, and probably he will now proceed on pressing the next add button to increment instruction to 2. So once this will increment to 2, he will now go again to the mailbox and find out we need to store this data to address 7. So this 11 will be stored on address 7. Okay, so this probably end of that instruction. And now, so he is now again happy doing his task. So he will now step again, and number 2 will then now be increment to number 3. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, number 3. So number 3 now, go back here and find out. Okay, so he needs to wait again for the user to respond. So input, input, input. Okay, so he will wait on this location, and probably the user will provide another set of data. So for instance, we press in our keyboard number, so for instance, number 2. Okay, so now number 2 probably will be again bring by the little man to this to the accumulator, and accumulator will now erase that previous data and will change to 2. Okay, so after getting this data, considering it will now be execute and decode, fetch, decode, fetch, decode, and execute. So that's the cycle. Okay, so now he is now happy again serving the data, and that's the end of that particular task. So after that, he will now step again, and this will increment to number 3 will becomes now 2, or will become 4 now. Okay, so 4. Okay, so this will become 4 now. Okay, so 4, he will go back again on this mailbox and probably says in this instruction, it says that add 7. So meaning add whatever stored data in 7. So he will now go here and probably 11. So this time, the accumulator is the responsible for addition. Since I just say earlier, I had communicate earlier that this is just a calculator. So 2 will add the data in 11. So this will become what? 13. Okay, so we will erase this data. Okay, erase this data. So this will now become 13 after adding 2 plus 11. So this will now become 13. Yes, the lucky number. Okay, so 13. Okay, and he is now happy serving that data, and he is now go back again on the program counter step, and this 4 will become now 5. Okay, so this will become 5, and this 5 says, okay, out. So meaning this 13 will turn into or bring into the output basket. So this will have an output to the monitor. Okay, and next he will now step again on that button and will increment into 5 will becomes now number 6, or 6, address number 6, and 6 says stop or halt. So that's the end of the process, and little man is now stop working and stay in the middle and happy doing that particular task. By the way, this 11, so again add 7, so add 7. Okay, so this will remain 7.